Stick around for the end of the video. I'm going to share my playing day Babe Ruth cards and my favorite Ohtani cards that I have in my collection. So if you'd like to see my cards at the end of the video, I'm going to share those with you guys. Hello YouTube world. I'm going to talk about a subject that kind of came up when I went to a card show recently. And of course, everyone was buying any Ohtani cards they could get their hands on. I walked out with a couple of Ohtani cards myself and went back the second day of the show, and there were very few Ohtanis left to buy, except for the extremely expensive ones. But I heard a few people talking about how great he was, and they were already calling him the greatest player of all time. And then a few mentioned Babe Ruth and his pitching, and they just kind of sloughed that off like Babe Ruth didn't really do much in his pitching stats. So I wanted to kind of dive into that. So today on this video, I'm going to compare both Ruth and Ohtani, their numbers at the end of Ruth's career and where Ohtani is right now. And then I want to project what Ohtani's numbers will be when he reaches the 1,200 innings, which Ruth pitched just over 1,200 innings in his career. So I want to project that out and kind of see where Ohtani might be around the same amount of time that Ruth pitched. So let's switch over now and start pulling those images up, and let's have a discussion here. I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments, what you think, and if you learned anything new from looking at the stats themselves. Okay, we're looking at Babe Ruth's pitching stats here, and you can really tell the game has changed since he pitched. His pitching career basically lasted 5 seasons, with a few games outside of that. But in that 5 years, he was highly effective. The one part that really stands out on how the game has changed is he completed a total of 107 games. He led the league in 1917 with 35 complete games. Some other stats that stick out: 1916, he led the league with a 1.75 ERA. And he also had over 20 wins twice in his career. He went 23-12 in 1916, 24-13 in 1917. His career ERA is 2.28, and he went 94-46 overall in his career. Okay, now we're looking at Ohtani's pitching stats, and very highly effective pitcher as well. His best year pitching came in 2022, where he went 15-9, had a 2.33 ERA, and he also led the league that year, the only category he's ever led the league in. Strikeouts per 9 innings, he went 11.9. This year, he's having a great year so far, 8-2 with a 1.58 ERA. We'll see if he can keep that up. He strikes out a lot of batters, 756 strikeouts so far in his career. And I think now we're going to compare his numbers to that of Babe Ruth's. Now if we look at Ohtani and Ruth side by side at the end of Ruth's career and where Ohtani is right now, we'll see that Ohtani has started 113 games. Ruth started 147 innings pitched. Of course, Ruth's going to dominate in that category because he pitched more innings per game. So 1,221 innings pitched. Ohtani's pitched in 608. Complete games, 1 for Ohtani and 107 for Ruth. ERA, Ruth has him there, 2.28 to 2.81. Of course, record, he has him there, but percentage-wise, they're really similar, almost identical in percentage. Of course, you'll see that Ohtani struck out. He's getting close to doubling up what Ruth did in his entire career, but of course, we can have a discussion about what ballparks looked like and their shape and size, and lack of home run hitting and the reasons why that was. But that definitely plays a role in all of that as well. Ohtani's whip is better. Home runs per 9 innings. Ruth is 0.1 to Ohtani's 0.9. But Ohtani dominates in the strikeouts per 9. Winning percentage almost identical, 68% for Ohtani and 67% for Ruth. Now let's look at, if we project out Ohtani's career to 1,221 innings, that's basically doubling what he's done so far. Let's see how those numbers will match up if that were to happen that way. Now we're looking at, if we were to project Ohtani's stats out over 1,200 innings, which is the total number of innings Ruth did in his career, this is what his numbers might look like. So basically all the counting stats I doubled, because that's what we did. We doubled his innings that he had pitched, and I kept all the percentage stats at the same. Of course, this is not how his career is going to play out, but if it did, this is what it would look like. Of course, complete games, Ruth destroys that category. ERA, Ruth has that record. Look at this, 90, both with 94 wins. It would have Ohtani with 2 less losses than Ruth. So basically a washout tie right there. Strikeouts, Ohtani would completely dominate. Of course, that shows the difference in the games between the 19 teens and the 2020s. Walks, almost identical. Whip, really close. Lots of similarities. The winning percentage, almost identical. Very similar pitchers in that regard, in setting their team up for success. Just a lot more power there with the strikeouts from Ohtani. But then Ruth giving up fewer runs per game. So when I hear all these people talk about how Ruth was just a part-time pitcher or that he wasn't a great pitcher, it just simply isn't true. And I would have loved to see Ruth do what Ohtani's doing right now, because I believe he could do it, where he pitched and hit at the same time. And I would have loved to have seen those numbers. Okay, this is a favorite part of my video here. I'm going to share some of my favorite Ohtani and Babe Ruth cards. I thought I would start with a card that has both of these players featured on it. This is a 2018 Panini Diamond Kings card, and I only have 2 non-licensed cards in my collection, and this is one of them. I just thought it was so cool having Ruth and Ohtani on the same card, past and present. I gotta get that in a new penny sleeve there. Really cool card from Ohtani's rookie season. I'll start with my Ohtani cards first, and then move into my Ruth cards. So here's a 2018 Topps rookie card, Ohtani. One of my favorite sets every year is the Topps Heritage set, and this is such a cool looking Ohtani rookie from the 1969 design. And then his Topps Chrome rookie in the white jersey. I wish that was the refractor version, but it is not. I love this, also from the Topps Heritage set. Just such a cool design, the colors. Now these are some recent pickups, some non-rookies. Topps Heritage. This is the dark yellow border variation. All of Ohtani's stuff is just going crazy right now. 2022 Ray Wave Topps Chrome. It's a cool card. Here's just the 2022 Topps Chrome Refractor. I don't own many from the Topps Chrome Cosmic set. This is a cool subset. They did star clusters and featuring Ohtani right there on the card. And the last one, Ohtani, it actually says, doesn't have his name on it, but that is him batting when the Dodgers swept the Brewers in 4 games. Really cool looking card there. And now my Ruth cards. I'm going to share 3 cards with you here. This right here is a Topps. I forget the year. It's like 2008, I believe, or is it 2003? 2003. It's numbered out of 425. Game used bat relic of Ruth. Really cool. And now the next two cards are from his playing days. 1932 Sonella. This was in a German release. Came in margarine, and they had a booklet that you could buy, and you take the cards and glue them in. And when you look at the card, it's a beautiful looking card, well centered, no creases. But the reason it got a 1 is because this was actually glued into one of those binders at one time. Only a couple baseball players in the set, and Ruth being one of them, the most desirable card from the set. And a 1933 Gaudy, card number 144. Such a cool card, even though mine's just a 1. I love having this card in my collection, and I love collecting both of these players. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the cards, and visit soon again on my channel. I have a new video coming out soon where I visited the childhood hometown of Mickey Mantle. So have a great day, and I will see you next time.